In the summer of 2000, my parents, Rabbi Soloveichik, and my mother, Rabbi Soloveichik, came for a visit to Eretz Yisrael, which would end up being their last visit before they passed away. On the way back from the airport, we were all engaged in conversation. I was speaking to my father, and my wife was in the back seat with my mother. And at some point, my wife noticed that my mother was not really involved in the conversation. She was not speaking. She was just looking out the window. And she turns to my mother and says, "Mommy, you're looking at the view?" And my mother responded and said, "There is so much space to build houses for Jews to return." And at that point, my wife asked my mother, what was she referring to? What did she mean? And she said, in the year 1936, the British ran an appeal commission trying to find a way, a place for Jews to move. And maybe there was space in Palestine, pre-war in Palestine. And at that point, they decided that in the mountains, there wasn't a space for one Jew. And even in the plains, with certain guidelines, you might find room for a few Jews. But as my mother explained it, she said the way the commission came out, there wasn't even room for one cockroach to move into the land of Israel. And she says, "Look, there is so much space here. Look at all these mountains. There is room to build a house for every single Jew to return to the land of Israel." And the message was very clear that my mother was giving us, that Israel is the home of every single Jew. That's the message that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was telling Avram Avinu, as in the beginning of Parshas Lech Lecha, HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Avram to leave his birthplace, to leave his land, to leave his family, and journey to the land of Israel. And all the commentaries are bothered by the first two words, Lech Lecha. Why the double expression? Why not just say Lech? Why Lech Lecha? And the Baal HaTurim explains that the reason why two words are used is to hint to the two times the Jews will be leaving the land of Israel. One, at the time of the Babylonian exile after the destruction of the first temple, and the second time at the time of the Roman exile, destruction of the second temple. And the question we can ask is, what is the connection between Avram journeying to Israel, to Am Yisrael, the Jewish nation leaving Israel twice in the future? And you could suggest the reason is simple, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Avram Avinu to go to the land of Israel. He was telling Avram, the land of Israel is your home. No matter where you grew up, no matter where you live, no matter where your family is, you have to know the land of Israel, Eretz Yisrael, is your home. And the same message HaKadosh Baruch Hu was giving to the Jews for future generations, those who would be exiled, those who would be forced to leave the land of Israel, to know and understand that no matter what happens, no matter where they are, no matter what reason they left, they always have to see and understand that their home and their only home is the land of Israel. And if we ask, why should a Jew come to Israel? Yes, it's a mitzvah to live in Israel. There is no question that the future of Am Yisrael is in Israel. But more importantly, I think, is that every Jew has to recognize that the land of Israel is their home, and every person belongs in their home, and therefore every Jew belongs in the land of Israel. I'd like to give a bracha to the organization, Bring Them Home. This organization is trying to bring and influence every Jew to teach them where their home is and bring them back to where they belong, to the land of Israel.